Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to draw an action pose, an extreme action pose in which a person is leaning sharply backward. So if you have your pencils all set, we're going to explore the posture and some different ways it can work for us. So here's the floor. We don't essentially need it, but I think it's okay for this first angle that we're going to tap into. And this is it. This is the pose with extreme foreshortening, and we hope that it'll be something that will be fun and that can be utilized by everybody for different purposes. So we start off. So the body is in an arc type of motion here, not going much further than that. This is the lower part of the torso. I'm not sure what to hit up in Google to bring up images like that. I'm not sure, but do try it out. Maybe like dramatic pose, maybe not sure, like crunch pose or arcing pose might work. I'm not sure, but here's our source here to work with this. So there's one thigh right here. There's the other thigh, and we can even like work with the rings here to just like have a balance going for the for the framework. But then we have the upper part of the body, of course. There's the top of the ab structure. So there's the belt line right there, and that would meet the thigh here. The glutes are, of course, the bottom is here, but then the middle ab crunch here, and there's the top of the abs. We can stretch it out depending on what kind of person we are trying to present here. And there's the sharp hunch in the back, so everything is going backward like that. And there's the hint of the chest right there. So pecs going right back into the delt. This is a very, very dramatic pose again, but something, it actually reminds me of the Matrix. So when they were like firing all those projectiles at Neo hunched back, and this was like made famous by that. This pose was made famous by that one scene. Now here we're showing the person on the floor though. Now he was on the floor too, but he was just balancing on his toes here, which was very unrealistic. Maybe not nowadays. I mean, I've seen like dancers like pull this off, actually, like pull off a Neo very effectively. Like they have that much balance. So there's the arm right there, and there's the hand. So the hand could be, in this case, like that, or it could be turned like more flat. That depends on what we are looking to do here with this. The head. Now from this, let's actually first wrap up the thighs here. So thighs going backward, inward, meeting into the groin area here. So there's the other part of the groin area. There's the other thigh, essential cuts right there in the upper quad, and we go into the knee. And this one, of course, appears a little more chunky than this because that's how we chose it. And here we have the shin and the calf. It's really actually fun and easy to work with. We're talking about the human body here. If we can just like determine all the parameters we want to tap into, and we just like let one thing flow into the other. Now here there's no hint of the foot, or there could be from, if we turn the angle the angle slightly like this, we might be able to see a bit of the calf, a bit of the foot even, like right here, but we don't really need to do that. I think it's fairly dynamic as it is, just with that. So it's really a collection of shapes. This, this, this. Well, here, I mean, there's a little bit more like intricate flow. Here, there's some intricate flow. But otherwise, usually just a collection of shapes that, you know, converge together to create beautiful art. Now here, we can do a Neo again. So I hope everybody like knows Neo. It's from the Matrix. Just Google it and you will see this actually very pose might be one of the poses that comes up. I think there's one idea of the search to see a pose like this, but he's wearing all those fatigues, so you cannot really see the anatomy. But there's the hint of the face. There's the jaw, ear, nose, as seen from the bottom up, and the eyes. The mouth will be, of course, there somewhere, and the other ear. And we can do that, or we don't need to show this at all. We can also, so there's some options we can play with here. We can just show the head hunching sharply backward. So nose, brow, there. That can work. We don't need to show the head at all. If this turns a little bit like this, head will not be visible at all. So we could leave it alone if you want. Or we can also have the head looking up like slightly, and that's, I mean, a little like creepy. But so maybe a person like, you know, he's like going backward, you know, just like doing the what do we call it, that sport where we put a bar there. I think it's called the limbo, not exactly sure. So do check out that also. It's usually played in the tropics, where they hold this cane and then they keep making it lower, and you have to keep, like, you know, arcing yourself and going through it. So there's the hint of the eyes, the side of the head, the ear. We can also do that, but the best is probably either hunchback or this. And then, of course, we have the framework. We can make things shorter, we can change things if you want, but this is also just ideal enough to work with as a posture placement. There's the chest, delt, and arms. And in a moment we're going to throw in some solid lines to make this like work slightly better for you. Now, if this was in Neo, we would just have the legs positioned this way. So one foot essentially going like that, and the other one in a foreshortening again now. So this is like coming here, the knee would be right there, and the foot would be right there somewhere. The thigh would just be going back, and the rest of the structure would probably not move too much. It would be the bottom and that the body going backward. Something really fun and dynamic to work with, and truly I think it can be instrumental in creating some good pop art action and illustrations. So we will highlight our primary setup here that we work with. We hope that this is of some help as we finish this off right here. Of course, all the details, all the different like variations we can keep on playing with, and even beyond this there can be multiple options by just changing the angle, but just changing the perspective. We could have so many like different things like going there. So there we have it, dramatic type of extreme arcing pose, and I've given the example of the Matrix because I just remembered it in the course of this video, and something that I think we might see this in ballet. We might see this in symphonies. We might see this in the maybe in the circus, and we might even see it in those tenor representations where they have artistic visuals going for storytelling. So there's the groin area, and of course all the little details. For example, the serratus muscles here, the abs are like stretched out, so how much they'll be visible will be up to the person's muscular density. So there's into the quads, and of course the knees. So please do try it out. Oh, sorry, one thing that I almost forgot, and that is we can show a hint of the other hand here, because if you're talking about like dramatic, then we can go like so many ways. Or if this was, we could also go like that. And if you see here, one illustration of this will come up right here. Sorry, the hand goes back there, not here. And there's the person, let's say, holding on to a rope and leaning back, holding on to a rope to save himself. Right? So this hand can of course be placed in so many different ways, and it can make for different purposes too. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, keep in touch. We put out content every day, so let's keep sharing ideas. Have yourself a wonderful day.